Brent Stutzman.
Hello, and welcome to the Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Each week, they bring you conversations with local Christian businesses and business owners. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. The Experience Local is brought to you each week by wonderful sponsors.
Guild Mortgage. Contact Buddy Puckett at 503-851-8031. NMLS number 270057. Independent Merchant Brokers. Low cost and no cost debit and credit card processing. 877-460-4747. IndependentMerchantBrokers.com. Tim Rist at Discover Oregon Real Estate. On the web at DORLLC. Find your people, find your home. Adams Rib Smokehouse, 1210 State Street, Salem, Oregon. 503-362-2194. AdamsRibSmokehouse.com. Boson Hub Digital Development encourages you to join in supporting the Alzheimer Association's Walk to End Alzheimer's, alz.org.
And now, your hosts for the Experience Local, Russ and Scott.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Experience Live with Russ and Scott. And we are ready today for the Experience Local. We love this because it's all about the local businesses in our area and people of faith, believers in business, Scott. And I love that. Yes, I love the new mugs. We got the new mugs out. Thank you, Gateway Imprints, for those. And we are just so blessed to be involved with so many community people, right, Scott?
Yeah, absolutely. And here in the Valley, it's woke up to a little bit of rain. And I know that's welcome for our firefighters that are out there working and maybe settle a little bit of the smoke in the air.
Yeah. Well, it is welcome occasionally. But in the summertime, we like it to rain and then go back away.
Oh, absolutely. It can rain at night. And then, when I wake up, it's good. But anyway, yeah. Hey, Russ, it was this last week. I was down at the University of Oregon, and I know we're both Beavers and Oregon State graduates, but it was great to be down at the university campus with high school and college students. We spent 4 days with Uplift Leadership at a career summit. And you know what this is like, Russ. When you work with students, it's like time travel. I'm looking into the future, and it's exciting.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it gives you hope for the future with some amazing students. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I am so thankful for, what we have out there, people and the programs like you're part of that are really making a difference, because that then will come back to affect our local community. Mm-hmm. And that is so, so important. I just love this. I know that people understand this, but local community is so important. Not only to our economy, but also just to working together and how everybody feels about their community. So it's so important. And don't forget, we're here every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. We go live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube here at 9 a.m. And then on the Experience Radio Network.
That's
Look
right.
for the times that check your local listings. We are on.
And then the audio podcast.
Yes, audio podcast. So if you don't have time to watch or listen on the radio, you can pull it up on audio podcast at any time. And all that information is in the show notes and the comments. It's all there for you to check out. And just so thankful, so thankful for this opportunity, Scott. So what else do you have going this week, Scott?
Well, it's just decompression after being 4 days sleeping on a very durable mattress inside the dorms at University of Oregon. It's nice to be in my own bed and at my own desk, and so I'm looking forward to that. But what I'll just say is what I'm really looking forward to is our guest today. That's what we got going.
Yeah, Brent is such a great friend, and we're going to jump to him. I just want to say real quickly, I am so blessed to be speaking for a good sized company here in the Mid Valley coming
Hmm.
up on Thursday, August 1st. Super excited about that. And I just want to throw that out there. If you want an encouraged and inspired workforce, come see me at russhedge.com. Would
Hmm.
love to talk to you about that and my inspirational speaking. But, a lot of that comes out of my faith and knowing that God is with me every step of the way. And this man coming in the room, Mr. Brent Stutzman, Stutzman Services, is not only an amazing friend of mine, but also a strong man of God. And we lift each other up. As we know, Scott, iron sharpens iron, right?
Hmm.
So
Absolutely. Yep.
let's get him in the room and get things started. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Morning, Brent.
Hey, good morning. Morning, Russ. Good morning, Scott.
So I am so thankful that you're here this morning. You're a busy man, and I appreciate you taking time to be with us. You and I get a good chance to go out to lunch or coffee on a regular basis, but I know how hard it is to schedule with you with all that you've got going. So I really appreciate you taking time today. Give everybody a little snippet about who is Brent Stutzman. What is you all about in life, business, and just give us a little snippet on you.
Yeah, so been in business plumbing since 1995. So coming on 30 years here, pretty quick. So I don't feel that old, but I guess I am. And married. I don't have any children yet, but been married for 27 years this year. And so love what I do, love my wife, and that's basically who I am.
And you're involved in plumbing and in wells and that different type of work across the valley here. How did you get started in that?
Yeah, so in the 80s, my dad started a small plumbing company. It was just himself. My brother and I both went into it right out of high school. He's quite a bit older than me. And so just something I always knew that I wanted to do. And then we actually merged our company with Stutzman Services, who was a landscape and pump company at that time. So we were just plumbing company. We merged in 2009. And so that's our origin. Stutzman Services has been around since 1966.
Yeah, I
So,
mentioned that I just spent time with students and high school and college students at a career summit, and one of the opportunities out there is working in trades. And so, can you just? I know that some of the students are going to be watching, and so can you talk a little bit about what it takes to be involved is in plumbing and so forth?
yeah, absolutely. The trades, for a while there, it was, really encouraged for young people to go right into college, and that's a great avenue for young people to go into. But there was a big gap there where the trades, were kind of looked down on as maybe a secondary or lesser field to go into. And I'd say the last maybe 4 or 5 years that trend has really been changing, and the trades have really taken a step forward and gotten some traction. And so what that looks like in the plumbing industry, a lot of the trades are this way, but there's a state program, an apprenticeship program that you have to get into. And so what that looks like is you apply for that, and there's different ways to get in. But once you're established with the company and you're in the apprenticeship program in the plumbing side, it's a 4-year program.
Hmm.
So they go 2 nights a week to school, and then they work full time. So it's an amazing avenue if college isn't something that young people are looking to do. The trades are great because we pay for their schooling here at Stutzman Services. So they have no debt at the end of it, and they're working full time, getting paid all the way through school. So
Yeah, I mean, that is so awesome. But it's, a field where you really need good people that want to make that as their career. So it's somewhat competitive. And so it's wonderful that you are helping them along the way and helping them. That is just an amazing opportunity for young people. Um, one thing that I want to expand on that, I think a lot of what you do, you are so giving, not only you, but the company, a lot of it comes out of your faith, I think. But tell me, how important is your faith when it comes to your business and life and all that you do?
Yeah, I mean, our faith. So my two business partners are Christians as well, and so it is. Uh, I don't really know how people do it without it. I mean, that in business, other business leaders can attest to this. That there's a lot of pressure when it comes to finances, and you have a lot of families that you're responsible for, and couldn't do it without our walk with the Lord. And so it's everything, with being in business for this long, we've experienced lots of ups and downs financially, and just good and bad times in business, which is what makes life interesting and fun. But without that relationship with the Lord and His provision for us and everything, then I just don't know how else we could do it.
Just that, a lot of companies will bring in consultants and they talk about what are your core values as a business. And being a Christian, it's nice because we have core values and we can share those. And those extend to the employees as well as our community. And can you tell us about, you mentioned about paying for school. Can you tell us about how many employees you have and kind of what that environment is like that you're creating for them?
Yeah. Yeah, you bet. Our culture here at Stutzman Services is, uh, uh, I love it. It's fun. We have a great time, and it all base out of our relationship with the Lord for sure. So, we don't, we're not shoving Jesus down anybody's throat, but I think it's pretty obvious, what makes us tick here at Stutzman Services. You guys mentioned young people, and that's really a passion of ours. So in the trades, the older generation is retiring faster than we're adding tradesmen currently, and so there is really a deficit in that. And I've been, we have ads out there for journeyman plumbers for years, and it's just really hard to find the right person that fits well and knows the trade and the craft well. So we decided to kind of grow our own and hire a bunch of young people. We currently have 30 employees at Stutzman Services. Got about 12 on the plumbing side, and a lot of those are younger guys that we have going through the apprenticeship right now, which is, it's just our heart here is to really raise men up. We do plumbing and well water systems for that's our money, our revenue driver. Excuse me. That's our money and revenue driver, but really our heart is to just build young men and help them walk through the challenges of life, and whether that's budgeting or young marrieds, anything we can do to really help them to grow into the men that God has called them to be.
Yeah, no, that is so important. When we are, just like Scott said, looking at the future generation and people that are going to continue to make a difference, and not only in our business, but also people who love Jesus and love to move forward. I think this is interesting because we're in an interesting time of an interesting season, and I'm not going to mention politics, but it's interesting the way people act and react to things that are going on, right? So there were some things going on, and a lot of times I think we as Christ followers need to think about how we react to things and how people see us, because ultimately our life, Brent, is lived to point other people to Jesus, right? So I think a lot of times I look at my life and I'm like, am I doing my job, pointing others to Jesus through what I'm doing? And sometimes I think we all need to think about our actions and how that's happening. And I think through all the things you're doing, you are just leading people that direction because they see your heart. And I think that's so important. Talk about that a little bit more, heart in business. I mean, I just think that is, whether you're giving to a nonprofit or you're involved in the community, just your heart is so important for people to see, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I believe our daily walk is as important or potentially more important than just sharing the gospel. And I believe in that and want to share the gospel any way that I can. But I do agree that I think your lifestyle and how you live it and your consistency and taking care of people shines through and really, sets the stage to open that door to be able to talk to, whether it's a customer or our employees. We love to take care of people. I believe if we take care of our employees, they're going to go out in the field and they're going to take care of people. And they know our heart. They know that, there's been times where I've had guys come back and say, hey, I was at this lady's house and she's got 3 kids and no groceries. And they're coming to me and saying, hey, can we do something about that? And so obviously the answer is 100%. Let's fill those cupboards up, or whatever it is. But I love, they know that that's the culture here, is to give back. And so when they have their eyes open and looking for those avenues, I don't know any better way than that to share Jesus with people.
Just reminding people today, we got Brent Stutzman, and is a guest here on the Experience Local with Russ and Scott, and 30 employees. I mean, that's a big responsibility. Like, when you first were getting involved in the business, did you imagine that you would be responsible for 30 families?
No, I actually don't want to think about it right now. It makes me nervous.
But I just want to say thank you for that, because that is a huge contribution that small businesses make. And oftentimes that's underlooked, overlooked, undervalued. And so I'll just say thank you on behalf of the community for providing jobs and creating an environment where your employees do feel like they have the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of the people that they're interacting with. And so also, what about the community? So what types of involvements within the community Brent, do you do?
Yeah, so currently, just starting in July, first of this month, I'm chairing the Chamber of Commerce, and so very involved with that. Love what the chamber's doing, and so highly involved with that. We're involved with the Boys and Girls Club and the YMCA, just doing our part to give back and be involved in those programs, and then just anything that really comes up. We try to encourage our people to get involved as much as possible. And so I love when they bring us things. Hey, I'm interested in this, and then just standing beside them and walking them through that. So
yeah, well, that I'm a big fan of the chamber, Brent, too, and I'm involved in a lot of community chambers. But I just am so thankful that you've jumped in, because a lot of people have trouble taking leadership roles and that says so much about you too, and your character. Not only does it give you good visibility, I know that's not the reason you're doing it, but when you're visible doing things of God, when you're visible giving back, that makes a difference. I know that I was always a huge proponent before I started my own business. Well, and I still am with my own business, but my marketing teams and my marketing budgets and the corporations I worked for, I would spend the majority of that giving back and giving to things in the community, because I thought that was a better thing to show people our heart and what we were all about. And I know that you love giving back to the community and that you're so great at that. And I'm looking forward to the next luncheon to see you up there as the big chair ready to go. But and you and I actually went through Leadership Albany together. Another really great thing through the chamber. So what other things do you find really speak to people in our community that you love being part of? I know that you do some ministry things also. You can speak about that if you want, but other things in the community that you're reaching out to besides buying groceries.
Yeah, I mean, so one thing we've been doing for, I don't know how long it's been over 10 years, is we provide finances for t-shirts for West and South Albany high schools. And so that's been something that one of my business partners, Kevin Collinsman, had this idea to, we really felt like if all the kids each had the same T-shirt on, it would just um, it would be a community for them, and they'd all of them have the same thing. So every year we give to South and West Albany High School, and they give out T-shirts at the beginning of the year, and so that's fun. We've seen our T-shirts with our name on the back. It says whatever they want to design on the front, and then our name's on the back. But we see them all over the place now. So we do that. We also do a lot of things outside of the U.S. We go to Belize quite a bit. We've done some well water systems in Belize, and there's some communities there that didn't have fresh drinking water, and supplied a well water system for a school down there as well. So that's been really fun. We took some employees to do that. Not sure how we all got connected with Belize, but we also there's a thing called Trades for Life down there that I was going to. It's a vocational school where they do trades training for young men that they don't have the schooling like we do here, and so go down there and would lead up the plumbing side of that. And then from there, I had one of our employees, I took him down there, and then he's kind of taken that on. Actually, that's what he does now, is he goes down there every year. He doesn't work for me anymore. He kind of went into the mission field to do stuff like that. So that's really exciting to see.
I love that. Who would have thought that going through trade school to be a plumber, to develop water systems would lead to the mission field?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
What a non-standard path. So I love that. And I was just thinking, one of the questions I was gonna ask you was, where's one of the most unusual places that you guys have worked? And I wouldn't have picked Belize.
yeah, yeah.
But that just shows what the reach can be. And Russ has been talking a lot about the global and the local, and what a beautiful combination that is. And so very good. And just reminding everyone, Brent Stutzman is our guest here on the Experience Local, and every Monday at 9 a.m. we're right here with the most remarkable people. And Brent, thanks for being here with us. And I just want to continue. I just want to ask us, I'm going to put you on the spot. Tell us a story that might be a little bit unusual and fun for people to learn about what you guys get involved in.
Yeah, with plumbing, there's always funny situations. So we don't do new construction anymore. We just focus on service, repair, and small remodels. And so in doing that, you're constantly in homes, and that's what's fun is you just get to meet different people every day, in a different spot every day, different opportunities. So I don't have anything specific. I don't want to share anybody's story necessarily, but just constantly a new situation every day, and new people. So see different things and get to meet some really, really neat people.
Well, see, and I think this is what I love, Brent, and you know me well, and I love people, and any opportunity to get out there and do things where you meet people. And we spend so much time in our business, right? Whether we're in the plumbing business or whether we're in the marketing business or the inspiration business, whatever we're in, we are just better together. We're just better together. It boils down to that. And Christ expected us he was all about community, right? Mm-hmm. The Lord created us for community, not to isolate ourselves, but to come together in community. So I think doing that through our life and our business just speaks so much to all that we do. And I know over the years, your parents started the business, you've had family members that have worked in the business. That makes a big difference. Not only your faith, but coming together with family, and then people become like family in your business, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of sharing about these young guys that we put on, and really, I think it goes to even, just helping young guys understand how to work hard and be on time, and keeping them accountable to that. And really, it's I look at it as a sense of purpose. And so, plumbing is what we do, but people is really our focus. And, and it's fun to help them grow and learn. And I got, when you say that about people and life's tough. And so, we're with these people 8-9 hours a day, and there's marriage things that go on. There's finances, and, if they'll allow me to, I'd love to get in the weeds with them and walk through those situations with them, good and bad. And we have some really tough stuff that goes on that people just need someone to listen to them and be there and to encourage them. And I really feel like that's just been on my heart in the last couple of years, is to really, my ministry is the business field. And, I was really focused on how can I get involved in church, and how can I do all that? And that stuff is so good. And I still do that, but really, Lord's just been showing me that my ministry is right here at work, and I've got influence on these people that, they need encouragement. They need someone to say, hey, your marriage is going to work. It's tough. I've been doing it for 27 years. I got an amazing wife, but we all know that marriage can be difficult, but you got to stick it out, and you got to forgive, and you got to be strong when you need to be strong. And so, and then even finances, that comes into play so much, with people. And I love numbers, and I love finances. And so sitting down with young people and helping them budget and figuring that out, so that they don't have to struggle with that all their life, really put a budget together for them personally. So that's fun.
Well, I think that vocational ministry is a great title for what you're talking about, because we are all daily in ministry, no matter what we do. And, Brent, we appreciate you so much. We want to give you a chance, just give us your gold nugget of today's conversation, what you really want people to remember from our conversation today, and then remind people how to get in touch with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Gold nugget. I don't know. Just love on people no matter where you're at. I mean, life isn't all about, for us, life is not just about work. Like I try to look at it from a bigger perspective of what do you want to do today, Lord? And it's not, you talk about having 30 people and the pressure of that, and I can get caught up in that pretty quick, but really, it's not my responsibility. It's God's responsibility. And I'm just a tool that he's using to, hopefully do the right thing. And when I mess up, I got to apologize and hopefully people forgive me and move forward and not carry that condemnation, but just really walk in his forgiveness and his love every day, and whatever opportunity he brings. It's so fun to see what he's going to do and how he's going to use us. So
awesome. And the best way to get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me personally would just be by email at brent@stutzmanservices.com, or our company through our website at stutzmanservices.com, or our phone number at 541-928-8942.
All right. It's all clickable and right there for you, everybody, too. If you're watching online, if you're not, you heard it. And I highly encourage you to get a hold of Brent and Stutzman Services. Brent, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Good to see you, Brent.
You bet.
Who would have thought, from plumbing in Albany to providing well services in Belize? How wonderful. It
is wonderful. And he is a wonderful human being and a great, great friend. And I appreciate him so much for coming on today. Just, I'm telling you, not just local, but just reaching out to people wherever they are. And we are so thankful for you being here today. Don't forget, you can go to the experience.video to see straight to our YouTube page. Please subscribe, and local.theexperience.video for more information on Scott and I. And until next week, have an amazing week, an amazing life, and enjoy
the experience locally.
Woo!
Thank you for tuning in to The Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Experience Local with Russ and Scott.